Hey all, Baruch Levi B here from the Defiant Spirit. I want to share with you just some thoughts today about my new podcast that I'm dropping this week. I think it comes out tomorrow, which is around Enneagram 2, the helper. Enneagram 2 is, as you can see behind me, which way I go? Up here. The helper is number 2 on the Enneagram as we make our journey clockwise around the circle. Last week I talked about Enneagram 1, the reformer, and I'm just going to keep moving around the Enneagram to give you a taste of what's going on with this thing, the Enneagram. I've really reoriented my work, my life around the Enneagram and the synthesis of that in the work of Dr. Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl is my teacher and mentor. I'm a logotherapist. He founder of logotherapy. So it's finding meaning in our lives. And I use the Enneagram as really the system of how. There's just not a better system I've ever found in my life to really help me find meaning and purpose. And knowing my type helps me, right, defy the limits that keep me from living my best life. And that's the work I do with clients. And so we use the Enneagram assessment. I give you one, then we get you into my new program, the Defy Your Number program. It just walks you through the Enneagram, and then you get out there and live your life and defy your number and live your spirit. So Enneagram 2. Enneagram 2 is the nurturer, the helper, the giver, the lover, whatever you call it. Different systems call it different things. I took helper because, lover kind of sounds a little too much, especially since I teach mostly in business settings now. But it's a helping quality. It's a loving quality. It's a nurturing quality. You have a 2 in your life. Quite possibly you are a 2, but certainly you had a 2 in your life growing up, or you have 2 in your life as friends, your family. There are certain types you might go a lifetime without really getting close to, like an Enneagram 5. You may or may not have them. They're great people. I think they're one of the more rare types and maybe escape the radar a little more than others. 4s, maybe, maybe not. 2s, unequivocally, undoubtedly. And if you don't, go buy a 2 out there somewhere because you need one, right? Rent a 2. I don't know. But find a 2 to be in your life because we all need 2s. Hey Andrew, thanks for tuning in. So, what is the Enneagram 2? What are they driven by? What's their superpower? Because when I listen to the Enneagram, I listen to a lot of podcasts. Oftentimes I hear about the shadows, the negative, the ick factor, as many 2s would call it. And I like starting with superpowers. The superpower of a 2 is they are able to sense the needs of others. They are able to see the other people in their life. They are able to achieve true intimacy. Whether or not that's romantic is not necessarily the point. Intimacy, Wayne Dyer says, is intimacy, to see me. And 2s see you. They have a capacity to see who you are. And when you've been seen by a 2, I mean, truly seen, whether it's your mother or father, whether it's your sibling or spouse or child or friend, you should know what it's like in this lifetime to be seen by a 2. I think of the movie Avatar, you know how they say goodbye to each other, I see you, right? That's what a 2 really does at his or her best when they're not in reaction, when they're responding. That's the essence of my work, to help people stop reacting, as Dr. Frankl says, and to choose their response. And so when 2s are responding, they see people, they give to them what the other person needs, they give to them what's theirs to give. When 2s are in reaction, they may give, but it may be for the wrong reasons. It may be at the wrong time or to the wrong person. And they're giving because they're afraid that they won't be needed, that they won't be loved, that they won't be central into somebody's life. And that's a reactive 2. And we all go to that place, reaction, but we don't have to live there. We don't have to stay there. We can choose to stop reacting, to become conscious, to get out of our fear, and to get into our love. And when a 2 does this work, they ultimately are able to connect with others better than any other type. 2 is better than 1. So I'm an 8. Like, nobody likes an 8, really. We're called the 8-hole sometimes. But all the numbers are necessary. All the numbers have superpowers. It is true, our society kind of encourages or reveres certain types. I would say twos is one of those that it reveres more than ones. Andrew posted a question. I think it's a good question. Or I don't know if it's a question, it was a statement, but it's true. Our society really gravitates towards nines, the peacemaker, sevens, because they're easy. I have a daughter who's a peacemaker. She's easy. She's just, everybody likes her. Sevens are enthusiasts. They tend to be more fun. And twos are helpers. I would say threes, people really gravitate towards the achievers, but for different reasons, because they can get us to where we want to go. But with twos, we gravitate towards them because we all need nurturing. We're in a tough place called planet Earth, right? It's a rough world out there. And if you don't have a two in your life giving you unconditional support, unconditional love, then it's really hard to make a go of it in this lifetime. So we all need twos. If you want to learn more about the Enneagram 2, jump over to the defiantspirit.org. It'll be up tomorrow, defiantspirit.org. Get all my podcasts. You can get the podcast on all the usual platforms, blah, blah, blah. But I believe once you learn your Enneagram number, you've learned not another number. It's not another limit. It's not another label. It's not another prison that you have to live within. On the opposite, it's shows you where you've limited yourself, where you've labeled yourself, where you've allowed yourself to become stuck, where you've given away your power. And so we're here to take back the power of all the Enneagram types, right? Because there's not really 9, there's 10. The circle is the 10th. In Kabbalah, that's where we're going to all 10 of the energies in this universe. All 10 of these energies in the Enneagram, all 10 of them are inside of you. You have access to them. And so we start to use the Enneagram as a pathway to take back our power to choose our response. Jump over to defiantspirit.org. Check out the new podcast. Andrew, thanks for the insights and input, and I'll catch you all later. Happy Halloween.